Hi everyone. So now I would like to discuss about the second question, which is how does monopolistically competitive industry can be identified by using concentration ratios. So before analyzing the question, we must know the definition of concentration ratio. So concentration ratio compares the size of firm in relation to its industry. So for an example, in the shoe industry, the size of shoe firm A in comparative to its industry is what actually concentration ratio really means. So we must really understand this theory, which is the lower the concentration ratio, the greater the competition in industry, and vice versa. The higher the concentration ratio, the lesser the competition in an industry. So the concentration ratio for monopolistically competitive industry under the four firm concentration ratio is below 40% in order to become a monopolistically competitive industry. So for an example, the market share for the four largest shoe firm in the shoe industry must be below 40% in total to in order to become a monopolistically competitive industry. So remember, to be a monopolistically competitive industry, the concentration ratio of the four largest firms in the industry must be below 40% in total. Thank you.
Alright, for question 3, the question asks how much profit is the firm making and what output recommendation would you make for the firm? To answer the question of how much profit the firm is making, first thing you need to do is to list out all the relevant data and find total revenue as well as total cost. Because if you want to find profit, you need to minus total revenue with total cost first. As you can see, the calculation is on the slide. The negative profit shown in the slide is indicating that the firm is facing a loss. And for output recommendation, what can be done is maximize profit or minimize loss, where the firm produce the level of MC is equal to MR. However, if you look at the question, the firm already did it beforehand. And since the company is facing a loss, the best strategy to counter this is by reducing costs and changing pricing strategy. The company also can try to consider methods for product differentiation to increase their demand.
Okay, for question number four, analyze why monopolistically competitive firm in Malaysia might refrain from a setting price above average total cost to realize an economic profit in the long run. Explore the interplay between the market demand, cost structure, and the pricing strategy using the local business example to support your analysis. So my first point is about consumer sensitivity and the market demand. Monopolistically competitive firm in Malaysia are often mindful of consumer sensitivity to price. The diverse and the price conscious customer base in the country influence the market demand. So the setting price significantly above average total cost could lead to decline a demand as a consumer explore more affordable and alternative. An example is the Malaysian telecommunication industry, where the company like Celcom and Maxis compete by offering various data and a call package at a competitive price to cater to diverse consumer preference. Next is about intense market competition and the rivalry, which is Malaysia businesses landscape is characterized by the intense competition among the firm, especially in the sector like retail and hospitality. Monopolistically competitive firm recognize that pricing above the average total cost may make their product less competitive. So, for instance, in the retail sector, business like Eon, Tesco Malaysia, or Lotus strategically use a promotional pricing and a loyalty program to remain competitive, understanding that excessively high price could drive a consumer to rival establishment. So next is about third one is about cost structure and the operational efficiency, which is firm operating their monopolistic competitive and environment are compelled to manage their cost structure effectively. Malaysia market dynamics often demand cost efficiency to stay competitive. Setting price above the average total cost could jeopardize a firm ability to maintain their competitiveness. So an example as seen in the automotive industry like a Proton, while aiming for a differentiation, Proton must also consider the competitive pricing to balance the interplay between the product feature and cost, ensuring the economic viability in the long run. So in the conclusion, what I can conclude is about monopolistically competitive firm in Malaysia refrain from setting price above the average total cost due to customer sensitivity, intense market competition, and the imperative of managing cost structure efficiency. Local example like Celcom, Eon, Isco, and Proton illustrate how the businesses navigate their interplay to achieve a long-term economic success.
Question 5 requires us to compare marginal cost and marginal revenue of each unit of output, and we enter these figures in the table. But before, we have to know the formulas. Marginal cost is calculated by dividing the changes of total cost by the changes of output. For marginal revenue, we have to divide the changes of total revenue by the changes of output. Total revenue are calculated by multiplying price and quantity, and the formula for profit is total revenue minus total cost. We can use these formulas to enter the missing figures in the table. The table is shown on the next slide. Question A. At what output level and at what price will the firm produce in the short run? What will be the total profit? Answer is, at output level of 5, price of Rm35 ringgit, and the firm will experience loss by Rm10 ringgit. Question B. What will happen to demand, price, and profit in the long run? How will the market adjust to achieve this? The answer is, the demand will decrease and the price will increase. In the long run, adjustment process will continue until economic profits are zero, which means the firm will earn normal profit. Question A. At what output level and at what price will the firm produce in the short run? What will be the total profit? Answer is, at output level of 5, price of Rm35 ringgit, and the firm will experience loss by Rm10 ringgit. Question B. What will happen to demand, price, and profit in the long run? How will the market adjust to achieve this? The answer is, the demand will decrease and the price will increase. In the long run, adjustment process will continue until economic profits are zero, which means the firm will earn normal profit.